Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a double shot of Tier 6 action featuring Ravi, 18, from What University Southeast Asia clan. He's running around in his Rudy, the Tier 6 Premium Russian medium tank, and he's on an encounter battle in Ensk, and he's platooned up with his old mates Ace of Fate and Rocky Raccoon, both from What University Southeast Asia clan, and they're in their T150s. Very popular heavy Tier 6 Russian tank, which leads to the KV4 and the IS4 as well from memory. Ravi getting nice and aggressive early in the middle of the map, trying to get some vision towards the enemy tanks. Often on Ensk, if you get around this area here, you can often spot the artillery crossing over, or the Type T-34, the Tier 5 Chinese medium tank, which he takes down to about half health just by putting one shot into the side of that tank. That shot bounces the Type T-34's turret, but gets rid of some of those obstacles blocking the way as the Achilles on the other side of the map gets cleaned right up. Looking at the mini-map, a lot of enemy tanks on the other side of the map, but this platoon of the two T-150s, M4, the Type T-34, and of course Ravi's Rudy, making sure the cap circle is okay. And of course in encounter battle, the aim of the game is to either kill everyone or to cap it out, but it does take a long time to cap the white flag on encounter, about 4 minutes if you're the only one doing it. 3-2's the score. Ravi hasn't done a great deal just yet. He's just working out exactly where the enemy are, and it looks like he's going to try and help that Su-85 who's just getting bullied by that Tier 7 Panther. Looks like no one else is really paying attention to him. The IS not coming back into the fold, but he gets a shot into the Panther, and of course the Rudy doesn't have a bad gun for Tier 6. It does average 180 damage with 144 pen, or 194 pen with premium ammunition. And so he keeps that Panther tracked, and the IKV 103 Tier 5 Swedish tank destroyer picks up the kill, but now it looks like the VK30-01D on the other side of the map's going for a bit of a charge towards that IS. You'd hope that IS would be able to hold his own against a couple of lower tier mediums and that little light. So Ravi's moving in to help his platoon mates try and stop this Skoda T-25 from capping out the base. Gets a shot into the side of the Czech tank before the Type T-34 picks up the kill. Gets a shot into the VK30-01P, which looks like he's the one on the cap circle, but he's not going to be there for much longer. He's down to 61 health, and Ravi hoping for the kill but didn't quite pick it up. That evens the score up at 6 apiece as the two T-150s are pushing onto that Type T-34. Ravi's going to go around and try and cut off his escape. Unlucky to bounce him, but picks him up with a ram kill. Always good. Loses 81 health in the process of ramming, but it's always good to pick up a ram kill. And of course a kamikaze medal. He picks up his first kill of the game, and those T-150s have both rolled through the city quite well. There is a Type 95 that's been spotted up here in the usual sniping area for a tank destroyer, even though he's only a little Tier 4 heavy tank, and the reason he's seen this Tier 7 game is because he's platooned with a Tier 4 light tank. Of course, the light tanks get to see 3 tiers higher than them, not just the 2 like the normal tanks do. 9-all is the score now as the other side of the map has gotten herself into a little bit of trouble. Ravi's picked up 1583 hit points of damage, 206 spotted damage, and he's still on 394 health. And he's trying to look at working together with his platoon mates to try and get rid of that OI experimental. He puts a shot into him for 194 health. Not a bad roll at all, but the other side is really crumbling. It's just this 3-man platoon and the Crusader SP left on Ravi's side. Let's see what he can do. Moving around again to try and outflank this Japanese Tier 5 heavy tank. Rocky Raccoon picks up his first kill, taking the OI experimental out of the game and slowly clawing it back. The score on 10-11. Only down by 1 tank, but the enemy has 2 Tier 7s left, including that big GW Panther. Ravi's side only has the one little Crusader who's moving around. I'm not really sure where that Crusader... If I was that Crusader, I think I'd be back here. He knows the last spotted position of the enemy tanks were down here. He doesn't want to get spotted out. The British artillery piece. Looks like he has been spotted because he's down to 11 health, is it? Yes, it is. Enemy VK takes out the Artie. Ravi puts 2 shots into him without taking any in return. And he does take 1 shot. Then he picks up kill number 2. And again claws it back to just a 1 tank deficit. So 3 versus 4. Ravi's platoon mates are both capping the base, but one of them just copped a bit of damage. And Ravi trying to help from this different angle. Shoots and kills a T-34-100, which is the right tank to kill, the Tier 7. And that Stug will be the next. So that's 4 kills for Ravi. And that, for the first time in this game, puts the advantage back into this platoon's side. Takes a shot for the VK-36-018, the little Tier 6 medium tank, heavy tank I should say. Fires clutch, managed to hit the German heavy, but it doesn't penetrate. Ace of Fate takes a shot from the VK, but Ace of Fate's definitely got the health to bounce a few or take a few shots. And now it's 14-12, and now it's a mad rush to try and pick up that last kill against the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German artillery piece, who they're guessing is over in this corner because he wasn't spotted up the top by anyone when anyone was up the top. Maybe not, maybe he is back up in the northeast corner of this map on Ensk. 4 kills to Ravi in his Rudy, the Tier 6 premium Russian medium tank. 2,196 hit points of damage and a little bit of spotting as well, which is not a bad effort. Considering it's Tier 6, 2,000 damage at Tier 6 is no mean feat when you've got a gun that does, on average, 180 hit points of penetration. That's 11, or it's 12 damaging shots. And they're all charging towards where they think that GW Panther might be. Of course, he hasn't been spotted this game. And Ravi's loaded high explosive. Hopefully he doesn't shoot that into his tracks. There it is. He needs to aim at the turret. Puts 1 shot into the side of the turret. Doesn't get the high roll that you might expect with high explosive, but doesn't matter because his rate of fire is going to be better. He just needs to stay away from that big German gun. And 1 more shot should do it. The Artie shoots, so there's no rush anymore. Ravi takes his time and picks up a ram kill for kill number 5. In the end, a pretty comfortable win there, 15-12. As we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results, it's unsurprisingly an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Ravi, 18 from What University Southeast Asia Clan. Also a Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, Confederate for hitting more enemy vehicles than anybody else in his team. Of course, the High Caliber for doing at least 20% damage, and a Kamikaze. He actually got 2 Kamikaze medals in that game, ramming the Panther, GW Panther, Tier 7 artillery, as well as the, I think it was the Type T-34. On the second page, 2,500 hit points of damage, or just over, 5 kills, 13-14 base experience, fired 20 shots, 19 hits, so you can't complain about the accuracy of this big Russian gun. 16 did damage. And a little bit of spotting as well. That was enough for an Ace Tanker and a pretty tidy profit. At Tier 6, 58,329 credits. Bottom line, with a premium account, as we move into a very quick battle featuring my old mate Plays for Fun, who's now with the Empire Clan, and he's running around in his Chinese light tank, the 5916, which I remember when I had it, it was a pretty fun tank to play. It's got a very quick rate of fire. Gun does 85 hit points of damage per shot. Now I think, I'm not sure, that might be the stock gun, but it zips around. It zips around pretty quickly. Puts 2 shots into the MT-25, Russian T6, and of course the MT-25 is the Russia's got the autoloader gun, so you need to, always good to get rid of an autoloader. Unless I'm mistaken, but now Plays for Fun just farming damage on this T20, sets him on fire with the last shot, and now that Leo really not paying attention as this Chinese light tank is just farming damage on the Tier 7 Swedish medium tank. He's already picked up 1439, 1528. One more should do it. That's kill number 2 for Plays for Fun in his 5916. That tier 6 Chinese light tank, and have a look at this rate of fire. He's just carving up this Churchill 7. 3 zips to score. The enemy are capping, but again it's another encounter battle, and it's going to take forever to cap this one out on the enemy side. Just trying to work out where that Churchill 7 is aiming. He looks like he is aiming Plays for Fun way. Now it looks like he's turning his turret the other way. First shot doesn't penetrate. Second shot misses. He just wants to pick up the kill on this British heavy tank, but the T29 does its job, and with the score on 5-1 it's looking like an absolute ripper from Plays for Fun. 1937 hit points of damage already, which isn't too bad at all in a tier 6 light tank. Goes to show if you get into a good aggressive position early in a light tank like this, which is such a quick firing tank, you can just farm damage all day long. E25 looking for a bit of a poke over the side. I reckon he's going to get lit there, and that'll probably take him out of the game. It does. He gets killed by the other E25. Plays for Fun gets lit at the same time. There's 2 enemy tanks on the cap circle, but it looks like it's just been reset, so they don't need to worry about the cap circle for too much longer. As Plays for Fun goes for a little bit of a different look around the mine. Probably going to move around to this side to try and support these heavies, or try and light up whoever it is that's capping. Looks like I think there's 2 caps, but now that the Tiger 1's put his track onto the circle, let's stop the timer, which is one of the features of these encounter battles. Plays for Fun shoots and doesn't do much damage to the IS, but his second shot does, and now he's just looking for more opportunities to pick up some more damage. The KV3 and the IS pretty safe behind buildings, but that IS is starting to poke, and if he keeps going, no, he's not going to keep going, he's going to back up. 7-3's the score, 2025 hit points of damage. Not a bad effort in a tier 7 game featuring the 5916 tier 6 Chinese light tank. I did have a lot of fun when I had this one, but it was some time ago. 8-3 the score now as a Tiger 1 kills the other Tiger 1 on the enemy side. Just looking for some opportunistic shots on these 2 heavy tanks that are, looks like they're on the cap, but because the Tiger 1's also on the cap, it doesn't really register. Gets a couple of shots into the IS, takes him down to 967 health. Decided that this E25, or the Tiger, there you go. Thank you very much for kill number 3. Now he needs to get rid of this E75, who's coming up to try and harass these tanks on the eastern flank, but with the score of 9-6, I think it's going to be a little bit too late for the German tier 7 premium tank destroyer, as Plays for Fun tries to look for a way to keep him spotted, and it looks like E25 using its manoeuvrability to try and put Plays for Fun into a position where he's going to be shot. He does finally get a shot into E25, but Plays for Fun's already put a couple of shots into the German tank destroyer, and now he can just use this rock for a little bit of cover while his teammates get rid of that pesky KV3 that's still stuffing around on the cap circle. A little bit of ring around the rosy, puts a shot in. The Emil 2 coming round. The Emil 2 will do the job and get rid of that pesky little E25. Only 1 tank left on the enemy side. It's the other E25, who looks like he's been camping base all game, and he's right back up there with the Leo, and Plays for Fun. Not quick enough to pick up the kill at the end, but in the end not a bad game at all. 1 team kill from the Hummel, and it's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Plays for Fun. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser and Fire for effect. He did plenty of damage there. Have a look at this. 2,638 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1,304 base experience, fired 32 shots, 31 hit, 29 did damage, and that was enough for an Ace Tanker. And the top damage in this fun little Chinese light tank at tier 6. Thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.